not bad if they are going to actually implement what they are saying they will implement. But economic reforms, Bimbo, for how long are we going to be carrying out these reforms?
Yes, reforms all along from day one. Let me just say day one, all along economic reforms.
Yeah, are you talking about day one of even previous administration?
Yes,
so right
that is
from the Shagari era,
that is what I am saying. From day one, economic reforms.
Remember, second tier foreign exchange market, the structural adjustment program, and austerity measures. On and on and on, and all these programs. What do we have to show for it?
Yeah, well,
and of course, if people are raising red flags, people are spending a rat regarding this fresh loan, well, you wouldn't blame them. You wouldn't blame Nigerians,
yes,
but because of what they have seen in the past
and what they are seeing, what they are experiencing now, just right now. Yes.
And it's very convenient for the World Bank, the Bretton Woods institutions to continue to hold us in their stranglehold. Like I said, they know that we are not going to do anything with it, and that is to their own advantage. I told you the story of was it an Indonesian leader or Singapore? I can't remember now. This particular leader is late now, and he would go to these World Bank meetings that they usually hold with developing nations to determine who and who would get loans. He would go there looking very humble, Bimbo. He would travel in commercial jets. He won't use a long retinue of vehicles to give the impression that his country still needs those loans, and his country is still very poor. Whereas those from other third world countries would be very flamboyant in their attendance of those meetings, private jets, long retinue of vehicles. So there was this particular meeting, and of course back home, the one who appeared humble was doing everything to develop his country. Whereas those ones were only spending the loans on personal pleasures. So and their countries remained impoverished. So there was a particular meeting, the World Bank authorities, they now told this particular leader, he came as usual in this humble way, looking humble and all that, looking kind of poor, trying to give the impression that his country, his people are still suffering. What he didn't know was that the World Bank was actually monitoring how things were going in each of those countries, and they told him that you don't need those loans again. That you have been developing your country. We can see that your country has grown astronomically, and which was the truth. So he said, let us give to those who are still busy deliberately impoverishing their own countries. They didn't say it directly like that, but that was what they insinuated, that those greedy leaders that are still spoiling their own countries,
we will be giving them money.
So because it pays them more to be giving them those. That was how they turned the man down at that particular year.
But at least he did what he was supposed to do.
Of course. Just to tell you that the World Bank, they will gladly continue to give you these loans as long as they know that you are going to use it to destroy your country and not to build your country. They don't want you to build your country. They do not want that to happen.
And like you said, just in a similar angle now, Nicaragua, I can't remember the name of that president. The president, yes, impoverished country, but well, they were also collecting loans, and the country was beginning to pick up. His official car was a Volkswagen Beetle, the old one, Volkswagen Beetle. Only him.
Oh, the one who was a farmer.
Yes, the farmer.
I think it's late now.
Yes, he is. Now, well, that loan that we are talking about now, the second largest loan, if approved and fully disbursed without any delay, they proposed $1.25 billion World Bank loan, equivalent to about 1.70 trillion naira at an exchange rate of $1.3614, will raise Nigeria's external debt from 74.43 trillion naira, that is about $51.86 billion as of December 31, 2025, to at least 76.13 trillion naira, that is about $53.11 billion, and the country's total public debt will also rise from 159.28 trillion naira to at least 160.98 trillion naira in dollar terms. And Nigeria's total public debt could raise from $110.97 billion to about $112.22 billion if the facility is eventually approved and fully disbursed.
No, I thought they said Nigeria was working, and that if we are not seeing the fact that Nigeria is working, that we needed magnifying glasses to see the several reforms that have been carried out by this
magnifying
administration.
glasses is a particular specification of glasses.
So, if this is the situation, why do we need that loan again? What has happened to all the so-called economic reforms of the present administration and the social safety nets of the previous administration before this one, under the same ruling party? So it's like creating the impression that we are starting these social and economic reforms afresh. And of course, like we said before, every Nigerian might have a right to smell the rats. Because unless, of course, this had been in the pipeline before, this had been in the plan all along, then we'll say that, okay, what had been on is just what is being implemented right now as we speak.
Well, Tola, before we go on to politics, this is another financial story. Talking about the NNPCL, there have been some issues making the rounds then, that made the rounds then, about some monies that had gone missing, missing. Now, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, they have remitted over 322 billion naira and $116.9 million into the Federation account within 2 months following the implementation of the Executive Order 9, signed in February 2026. Documents presented at the Federation Account Allocation Committee meetings showed, and the documents obtained from presentations made by both agencies at the March and April FAC meetings indicated that the remittances follow the federal government's directive mandating the full transfer of crude oil and gas revenues into the federal account.
Well, all about change of guard at the NNPCL. We now have more credible people in charge, and the fact that the books of that company are being opened, well, not yet satisfactorily,
yes,
but at least someone is doing some digging,
yes,
and that is beginning to yield fruit. But the question again is, Bimbo, if we are capable of that company is capable of remitting so much, and not just that company alone, so much in 2 months into the nation's coffers, why are we still so poor? Why are we still reaching out to the World Bank for more loans?
Yes.
So these are questions that I guess we'll never get answers to. But away from that now, Rivers politics, Bimbo, and some analysts were saying the other time that it looks as if the political structure in Rivers State is now being effectively controlled by Governor Similaye Fubara, going by what the president said that the governors should be responsible for the fate of aspirants of the ruling party, those that want to go to the state assembly especially, and those that want to go to the national assembly. And I said that that probably is not the case with Mr. Fubara. The fact that the president said that, it doesn't mean that it also goes for Mr. Fubara, whose case is very, very peculiar, and who has to continue being the good boy, especially where the Abuja masquerade is concerned.
Yes, the very good, the
godfather.
Yes, the very good boy. Very good boy.
So now it says here, Rivers, fate of Fubara's men hangs in the balance. List of 33 cleared aspirants, 65 disqualified, others in circulation, and screening committee secretary disowns list. A report not before National Secretariat asked aspirants have right of appeal, says APC National Secretary. Well, the committee secretary, I don't know if he wants to step on the Viper still, but let's see some excerpts of the story. Okay, go to page 14 of the Nigerian Tribune. So the fate of some aspirants into the Rivers State House of Assembly who are believed to be loyal to Governor Similaye Fubara appears to be hanging in the balance, following reports that many of them have been disqualified by the screening committee. Though there were conflicting reports on the situation of things regarding the screened aspirants, sources close to the All Progressive Congress (APC) confirmed to correspondents that the fate of many of the contestants might have been sealed. The committee has done its job. All the documents needed to be attached have been attached to the forms of each aspirant, but the party has the final say, a source in the know said. Now, the source in the party said that all that was required to clear and disqualify the aspirants had been submitted by the screening committee, adding that the National Working Committee, however, has the final say on the matter. Now, here is the big part, Bimbo. The development, according to the sources, places loyalists of the minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, firmly in charge of the transition process in Rivers. According to the sources, the Rivers State House of Assembly Screening Committee of the APC, in its report, after the two-day exercise conducted at the party secretariat in Port Harcourt on Saturday and Sunday, screened a total of 98 aspirants, out of which only 33 reportedly scaled the screening hurdle, while 65 were said to have failed the exercise. Among those cleared were all 29 serving lawmakers loyal to the FCT minister in the Rivers House of Assembly, including the Deputy Speaker, Mahou Dumle, House Leader, Major Jack, and House Spokesman, Enemy Alabo George. The development is seen as a big boost for the Wike camp ahead of the 2027 Assembly elections, as the cleared lawmakers are expected to participate in the APC primaries. And all 32 aspirants reportedly backed by the governor were said to have been disqualified by the committee.
Well,
so, Bimbo, you see what is unfolding now?
Yes, I don't know. I think the Grand Master Planner, Nyesom Wike, should, I think that is my opinion, he should just, relax a bit and, invite Fubara.
Remember,
I don't know.
As we speak, the government of Rivers State is being run by the APC. The government defected, and with all the assembly members into the APC.
But at the same time, he's still giving him problems.
But Mr. Wike is in PDP.
He's in PDP. At the same time, he's working for the APC.
So, the ideal question to ask would have been, how come someone in PDP controlling those in APC who have left for APC?
And most of the local government chairmen and all those, they are in APC.
So how come when all these ones went into APC, how come Mr. Wike was not stripped naked? He's supposed to have been stripped naked. But the point here, I've just been sarcastic here, Bimbo. APC, PDP, in Rivers State, as far as Rivers is concerned, it's Wike.
Yes.
Call it APC, call it PDP. It is
Nyesom
Wike. So, and then Mr. Fubara has been embarrassingly quiet over these issues, and well, I guess he should be.
Yeah, he's acting according to the scripts. Yeah, according to the scripts. So
again, Mr. Wike has proven effectively that he's still in control, and he cannot remain in control if the Grand Master, the class captain, the master of all in Nigeria, is not behind him.
The Lion of Bodilon.
So he still has the support of Bodilon. So those who think that a rift or a gorge may have been created between Mr. Wike and the Bodilon, I'd better think again.
And the Lion of Bodilon, well, I am sure he will be thinking inside that, this Grand Master Planner.
Oh, you remember that story about the Oba of Benin and his chief warrior that he talked about yesterday? But well, that is not going to happen anytime soon. I guess it might still happen. And both the Lion of Bodilon and the FCT Masquerade, I guess they both know this, and they would have made their exigency plans.
Yes.
Ahead of when things would eventually fall apart between them.
Yes, but let's see what will happen. Everybody's here we're in Nigeria. We'll see what will happen. Well, we hope that all goes well at the end of the day. Now, I have this here talking about the presidency again. 2027 presidency, Jonathan caught in PDP's quagmire. Wike Turaki scam flex muscles. Ex-president has 24 hours to obtain nomination form. Jonathan didn't buy our form. We are not expecting him. That is the Wike-backed PDP. That is okay. That is another wala. It is your money that you collect. Well, former President Dr. Goodluck Jonathan's reported 2027 presidential ambition was yesterday caught in a web of muscle flexing by the two blocs battling for the soul of People's Democratic Party (PDP). The rival camps clashed over Jonathan's place in the party's unfolding 2027 calculations after reports that he could purchase a presidential nomination form before the close of the day. This was as proceedings in the suit challenging Jonathan's eligibility to contest the 2027 presidential election took a new turn amid allegations of bias against the presiding judge yesterday. So, Tola, what are we talking about here? Which faction will we collect the form from?
Collect the form from?
The Wike faction says they do not want him.
They are not expecting him. They did say they didn't want him. They said they are not expecting him.
Expecting him. And then, the other faction led by the Turaki-led faction, they are not recognized. So that brings to fore the issue of independent candidacy.
Okay.
But
we don't have that yet in the constitution.
It might not work here in Nigeria. It might not work. It could work, but it might not work.
Well, we have 24 hours to be certain exactly what Dr. Goodluck Jonathan is up to. I think he's up to something, and it might also not be exactly that he actually wants to run. I still have my doubts. But then, if let's wait and see what happens in the next 24 hours. That's the deadline for him to purchase
the form.
And
so we don't know which faction he will collect the form from. And we were responding separately. I think this is to speaking with Vanguard newspaper, Mohammed in Abuja. Mohammed Aruna Jungudu, National Publicity Secretary of the PDP National Working Committee, aligned with Wike, dismissed suggestions that Jonathan is politically close to his camp, and however, Enemo Bong maintained that the former president remains a member of the party and is free to decide his next political move. And well, that is that for that.
All right. Update on the trial of suspects in the alleged failed coup against President Bola Tinubu. I warn them the coup against Tinubu will fail. That's coming from the Islamic cleric who is also standing trial alongside the other suspects. Video confession played in court. Okay. I wonder how come it was so easy to obtain all these confessions. And a federal high court sitting in Abuja on Monday watched a video recording of the alleged confession of the 6th defendant in the ongoing trial of persons accused of conspiring to plot a coup to overthrow the government of President Bola Tinubu, in which the defendant, Sheikh Sani Abdul Kadir, told investigators that he warned the alleged plotters that the plan would fail and that they would eventually be exposed. Well, that's going spiritual now.
Yes, I can see it here too.
Well, it's not enough to just warn them. You should have reported. The video was played during the continuation of trial, with the 4th prosecution witness identified as PW4 still in the witness box. In the recording period before the court, Abdul Kadir, who described himself as an Islamic cleric, said he knew the alleged ringleader, one Colonel Maji, for less than a year and was approached through a man identified as Sanda for prayers concerning the alleged coup plot. Oh, they also went spiritual. He said Sanda informed him that his Oga intended to stage a coup and needed spiritual prayers and divination regarding its success. Now, Abdul Kadir told investigators that after conducting prayers, informed them that the operation would fail, and that 2 persons would eventually betray those involved. He said the message was later read back to him through Sanda, requesting further prayer so that the 2 individuals would not betray the group. And yet he used on. The defendant further stated that money was subsequently sent to him for prayers and charity, while names of individuals allegedly involved in the plot were also forwarded to him for inclusion in the prayers. Except shortly after the prayers commenced, Sanda informed him that Colonel Maji had not been seen for 4 days, adding that he later learned through media reports that arrest had been made over an alleged coup plot. So now, Bimbo, assuming that all this actually played out, and spiritually, if we want to believe the spiritual dimensions to the alleged coup plot, now it shows, me also going spiritual here now, how humans usually think that they can actually force or twist the hands of God, the Most High, the Master of all, the Supreme Being, the Creator. Now, we normally think that, despite the fact that having been warned that this school was going to fail and that they were going to be betrayed, they still wanted a way by which Kadomosi, as the verse would say, and that's what exactly happened in this case. But away from that now, the Sheikh is sounding as if the fact that he warned them that the coup would fail is enough to exonerate him, and that's not enough. As a good citizen, what you should have done is that you should have reported to the authorities that this and this is playing out. But maybe he was scared for his life. That and I also remember this also brings to memory, Bimbo, one of the saddest memories in the history of this country, the June 12 presidential election, yes. Where the late Bashir M. Abiola was told by a series of marabouts and spiritualists that he would win the election, but he would not be president. He would not be president. And there was this particular one that was the Ifa priest, revered Ifa priest, Professor Wande Abimbola. Yes. And when we went to a program, a special interview program that used to air on this channel, the Yomila Inca interview.
Okay, yes,
So we were in Oyo, and then we got talking, and then the matter of June 12 came up, and they said that that himself and some other spiritualists that they actually went to pray about the matter of June 12, and that they saw a throne, but the throne was empty and surrounded by rifles. And then when the late Bashir Abiola was told, he said that what is important is that he wins the election, and that prayers should be said to waive whatever is in the way, whatever hurdle. So just to buttress what the Sheikh is saying here, if we are to go spiritual on this, like he has done, that sometimes when God shows us what is going to happen, we try to twist the hands of fate, and well, not that it's not right. God shows you that something bad is going to happen, that you can also pray about it. But in this particular instance, they wanted to do something bad. They wanted to unseat a government, and they wanted to shed blood. They wanted to kill people.
And once like it now said it will not work.
And they went to a God who doesn't do bad things, to asking him that they should support them. It's like an armed robber going to win an operation and asking God for help.
For help, yes. And they will ask God for help. They will pray before they go for the operation.
Well, they actually do from what I heard, Bimbo. That even armed robbers, that they actually pray to God, and when they want to go and go for their nefarious operations.
Well, the federal government, just on memory lane, the federal government had on April 22 arraigned 6 defendants, including a retired major general, over allegations of treason, terrorism, money laundering, and conspiracy to overthrow President Bola Tinubu's government. And the defendants are Major General Mohammed Ibrahim, Ghana, retired, Navy Captain Erasmus Ochegobia, Victor, retired, Police Inspector Ahmed Ibrahim, Presidential Villa Electrician Zekeri Umaru, Buka Kashim Goni, and a Zaria-based Islamic cleric Sheikh Abdul Qadir Sani. They all pleaded not guilty to the 13 charges.
All right, away from that now, Bimbo, you remember the monarch, traditional ruler in Osun State, who bagged a jail term in the United States because he was involved in fraud-related matters.
Yes.
The Akpetu of Ikpetumudu.
Yes.
So there is an update, Bimbo, regarding his fate in his domain. It says after CTC, that's certified true copy from American court, Osun governor deposes Akpetumudu over fraud.
I think I've heard that story. I think in the last maybe 2 or 3 weeks that he has been, removed or deposed.
Well, it has been made formal now. Maybe there was a suspension before. Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State has approved the deposition of Oba Joseph Oluyole as the Akpetumudu of Ikpetumudu in Ife North local government following his conviction in the United States of America on tax fraud and money laundering charges. The governor's decision, according to a statement signed by the governor's spokesperson, Malam Olawale Rashid, followed the receipt of the certified true copy of the Ohio court judgment which convicted the monarch. The Osun State Executive Council had resolved last year that the Ministry of Local Government should write the Ohio court to request for the certified true copy of the judgment to form the basis for the government's action. The council had justified the decision to contact the Ohio court on the ground that governmental decision should not be based on social media reporting alone. So by this deposition, the stool of Akpetumudu of Ikpetumudu has been declared vacant. What necessary process will be put in place to appoint a new Akpetumudu of Ikpetumudu at the appropriate time. But what I don't know here, Bimbo, is whether now the man was deposed having committed a crime abroad. So now I'm wondering, he did not die, Bimbo. So I'm wondering if the stool will still go to his family or the next.
I am not too sure about
because
that.
it's supposed I don't know, it's supposed to have been removed. I mean, the stool is supposed to have become vacant ideally by the death of the reigning monarch.
Yes.
So I don't know what the law says.
Yes,
and I don't know what the traditional institutions also say about this.
And chieftaincy affairs. But with this situation now, I am sure it will not be to the family, the same family. It will be entrusted to another family. That is what I think.
And why do I say this, Bimbo? I think it's possibility that we could be looking at a long litigation here regarding who occupies the stool. We could have the next ruling house saying that since the man had committed something abominable, that that his family no longer deserves to occupy that stool, and meanwhile the man's family too will say. I do know that maybe in situations where a traditional ruler is deposed, what I have seen happen, maybe he falls out with the government of the day, and not actually that he has committed a crime. The government of the day would look for a replacement within that same family. But now here, the man has been stained by a crime, by his conviction in the United States, the fact that he committed a crime for which he has been jailed in a foreign land. So, well, I don't know, Bimbo.
They will. We'll get to the root of the matter, at the end of the day. Now, Tola, this is worrying me. Just last week, 2 weeks ago, Nasu and Sanu, they embarked on kind of a warning strike, so that the federal government had not, tried to, bow to what they were asking for their maybe salaries also. It was backed by ASU, the Academic Staff Union of Universities. Now they want to put the universities again in a very rather sad stage, which will not, it will not go down well with parents, with students. Now, this year is saying ASU is planning, raises fresh strike threat. Said federal government is betraying 2025 pact. What I'm saying here is, why is ASU and the other unions not going to meetings, not attending meetings, not organizing meetings? Underneath, let the academic work go on. Let them be doing their meetings and try to negotiate.
The cohesion
yes.
In the presentation of their demands.
Yes. Why is it that you always have to go on strike? And it will be affecting students. A student that is supposed to, spend 4 years will now spend 6 years because of these strikes. Go and do your underground work with. We understand. We understand that yes, they are going through some pains and all those, but don't let it affect students. Like I saw a kid, my daughter and the kid. I know the parents. I knew the parents. They attended the same secondary school. She went to a private school. She had graduated, and my kid is still about to graduate now from this same federal University of Ibadan, to be precise, because of these strikes, which is always giving people problems, giving parents problems. I don't understand.
Well, remember, when you ask the question that why must they always go on strike, you should also ask the question, why must the federal government also always renege on its agreement?
That is why I said there should be some underneath meetings. They should be, engaged in.
Well, they've been holding those meetings. I think the bulk of the blame should go to the authorities, to the government. Who think we're so far, President Bola Tinubu, give it to him. He has kept to his promise that never again that are we going to have those prolonged strike actions that keep the university shut for almost a year. The last government didn't care. As far as they were concerned,
they could have been shut for 8 months. 8 months then. But this one is now saying a fresh strike is coming up. Says FG has betrayed the. Let me quickly go through this. The academic staff union of universities ASU has attacked the federal government over what it described as distorted implementation of the 2025 FG ASU agreement, warning that growing frustration among lecturers could trigger a fresh wave of industrial unrest across Nigerian universities. That is, they were rising from the National Executive Council NEC meeting held at the Modibo Adama University, Yola.
On UTME, Oluyole Jesu don't sing. Imagines overall best with 372 marks. And 150 is the benchmark for varsity admission, cutoff mark.
Yes. Well, we now go to the phone lines now. 07055551985 or 08055009850. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Ojo Michael.
Ojo Michael. Ojo Michael calling from Oluyole Kingdom. God bless you.
Good to have
yes,
you.
the issue of borrowing, let me just start from there. There is nothing wrong in borrowing, but Mr. Telebas has said it. No, we are not a prophet of doom. But what I know is that they will never do anything with that money. Economy will never improve. Economy will still even remain. I'm not trying for that. Economy will even worse, more than this. They are just borrowing for their own sake. My brother, God bless you. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ojo Michael. Yes, 08055009850 07055551985. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I can be addressed from you.
Good to have you, sir.
God bless you. Let everyone call me whatever they feel this morning. Let them call me a pessimistic, an enemy of the government, a prophet of doom, and so on. But let me tell you, to avoid further disappointment from this present government, don't expect anything good from it at all. Why? Number one, the first term of every government, be it federal or state, used to be very, very good. But in the case of this Tinubu government, he has not even stepped down. He has not even stepped the office. He was at the swearing-in podium when hardship, tribulation, inflation, and gnashing of teeth started for Nigerians. And all this have continued to fight talking since then. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, number two, is popular for loan taking and empty promises. Tell me one single positive development that can be traced to this administration since inception. Look, a government that made it possible for people to praise and prefer Buhari's government is nothing but a monumental failure, my brothers. Are people not preferring or wishing that Buhari is still in power today? Where the dividend of the subsidy remover? Now, Iran-US war has enriched many OPEC countries, including Nigeria. Are we not a member? Where are the effects of the money accrued? Which just discipline us. You cannot do anything like a brother Michael from Oluyole said. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
That was hard. Mr. Kobiade.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Do you know, most people does not even remember that we are making more money now than last year. But to most people did not even remember. So let the people who monitor government, let them come to us with facts now. Let us see how much money we've made since the beginning of this war. The government kept quiet as if nothing is happening, and they keep throwing blames all around. Then on also, if Satola said something, the government should do their own part. They invited these people. They said they want to revert rewrite the old agreement and all that. And both parties agreed. So if you are not fulfilling your agreement, you want the lecturers and the non-academic staff to keep in note. No, they won't. So they are coming out to talk. So it's because they are dealing with politicians, so they have to act like one too. So that's that. Then on the video of the man about that was normally one thing is if you heard about the coup, whether you did not report or not, since you heard about it, you are part of it. So this is the first time I've been talking about the coup. So I have my own opinion about it anyway, but I'm not going there. So whatever punishment you are awarding the culprit will be awarded to the guy too. So that's all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
070 5555 1985.
Well, this one says, okay, well, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Monsura.
The glory of God will be because of us
Amen.
in Nigeria.
Amen.
I'm just want to happy to our government. The reason I want to appeal to them is that education is very important. I also want to go on strike now. If our government did what ASU wants for them, we will not go on strike. Our government, they should do what ASU wants for them. Because the ASU has their own family to finance. Look at what our economy in Nigeria going on. The is not easy for everybody. My prayer for God Almighty Allah that He make easy for us. We do not say they should not borrow money, but they should use the money that they borrow to promote our economy. What we do with them.
Amen. Thank you,
Thank you very much,
from Uritanera Ogumosho. ACF orders forensic audit over alleged 1.4 billion endowment fund transfers.
Yes, and this one says JAMB retains 150 cutoff for varsities, scraps UTME for NCE applicants with 4 credits. Hello, good morning.
Good morning this morning.
Good morning.
This is Alaji Lanka from Oluyole.
Good to have you, Alaji. It's been a while.
I'm afraid the current loan bid is not meant for the election. Because they was in Nigeria. If the second time eventually materialize, I'm afraid 2 people will not contribute to buy a loaf of bread. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's let's have faith, Alaji Lamkam. Let's have faith that things will get better. Let's have hope. Another caller.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Ayolabugo, EAD from Langate.
Good to have you, sir.
You see how people are lamenting this morning about the state of economy. You see, there's one thing. If somebody casts aspersion or abuse the government, you people out there will say, no, we don't allow that. But if you are providing a lasting solution to any economic problems or insecurity, you will not listen to it. I don't know what is happening. You return this is way. Perhaps this is where people are fighting the government and they're supposed to yield to that side. But when out of America you now abuse or you cause assertion, you people there they say no. We don't know whether you are for the people or you are for the government. Now, let people explain themselves in a conducive environment. A man can show a man that is good for people when complain bitterly about government policy. But here, you don't have to do that. Go to the street now, they must say peacefully, they not allow it. They say go and take the ball from the police. Now, but when things are going bad, which way or which method are we going to use to make sure that governments are listening to the voice of the people? There is abject poverty, and there is this oil doom that is going on because of the Iran-Israel war. So there is no direct effect on the common man in the street. So the subsidy is there. There is no direct concern. Let me say there is no direct impact on the people. So what is the responsibility of the government? They are there to make sure that people enjoy, so that people have social amenities and all these things. But now the result is the thing. If you complain, they will tell you. If you say anything, they will abuse you. So when we go to Nigeria, Dr. Elabugo from Langate.
Thank you very much, Baba. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Elabugo. Well, we have never prevented or disallowed anyone from hearing their views or criticizing the government on this platform. What we are against is strong and abusive language. That is what we are against. Foul language. That is what we try to discourage on the program, Dr. Elabugo.
Yes, sir. Finally, one last call. Briefly. Hello, good morning. Briefly. Hello, good morning. Briefly.
Please go ahead.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Right, I guess we have to go. It's been an interesting conversation. Check your time is 7:30, and we'll be back same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akombi. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your day.
Conversation.
charity, ẹni fẹ́ ṣàríyá o, gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣàjọ̀dún, àbẹ́ni fẹ́ ṣèpàdé o, gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣènáwó. BCOS event grand, òun yẹn máa bọ̀. BCOS event grand, òun ló kájọ ẹ̀ fún gbogbo ayẹyẹ èyí tẹ́yìn bá fẹ́ ṣe. BCOS event grand, òun yẹn máa bọ̀ o. Bóyá wá gbé mi débẹ̀ yóò, ilé akéde. Bóyá wá gbé mi débẹ̀ yóò, BCOS event grand. BCOS event grand, níbi tílẹ̀ ti tẹ́jú, àyè ìgbọ́kọ̀sí ń bẹ, ìyẹn pọ̀ jaburata. BCOS event grand, ìyẹn nílé akéde, oríta Báṣọ̀run nílùú Ìbàdàn. BCOS event grand, òun yẹn máa bọ̀ o. Ohun tá à ń sọ ni pé onírúurú ayẹyẹ tẹ́yìn bá fẹ́ ṣe, ó ti wù kó fẹjú tó. BCOS event grand, òun ló kájú ẹ̀, òun ló káàtó. Ṣókùn àgbà lẹ́yìn fẹ́ ṣe ni, tàbí ìgbéyàwó, tàbí birthday, tàbí open year crusade, ó sì jẹ́ book launch ní tiyín ni. Ẹ máa bọ̀, ẹ̀yin sá ti kàn sí wa ní yàrá kẹrin commercial department BCOS ilé akéde, tàbí kẹ́ ẹ pè sórí BCOS customer care line tololong 0915-870-3300. BCOS event grand, ilé àríyá fáwọn tó mọ bó ṣe ń lọ.
Oluyole FM 98.5.
What a beautiful morning right here in the studios of Oluyole 90.5 FM. Of course, it is Sport Tidbits. And yesterday we promised you that we were coming again with something juicy. And yes, indeed, this morning we've got beautiful bites for each and every one of you. But then, of course, hi Victor opened the Master Chef Valency this morning, serving you all the delicacies as you make your way to your various destinations. I'll let you know that the Super Falcons, from what we are seeing right now, will no longer embark on their planned training tour of the United Kingdom this month. Well, the major reason is because Jamaica have pulled out. Well, we know that the NFF planned the friendly to make up for the team's inactivity during the March FIFA